This way they cannot combo to kill us in between the spells. And we also gain a card from our deck, so this is nice. We live gain, we get our card advantage and their card advantage. Oh my, I'll be honest, this is absolutely brutal. We just drew the card that literally answers everything he made the whole game. And we submit 7, because Virtue of Persistence, coincidentally, has high converted mana cost. So right now I need to be equally good and just draw Deadly Cover-Up from the top and win the game. Hello everyone, it's Sloth here, and today absolutely amazing deck that not only ranked us like crazy, man, we're at like 75% win rate right now, but also is extremely fun to play and devastating to your opponent's soul, because your win con is their deck, and some players just literally cannot stand it. They scoop instantly moment you rob them. And on top of this we have a lot of mana with Omenpath Journey and Cornucopia, live game, removal, hand hate. We have everything in this deck. So guys, I think you will enjoy a lot. So let's go into the gameplay. And if you want to support the channel, Patreon, like and subscribe if you enjoyed the content. So have fun and enjoy. Alright, well, this is officially the weirdest hand ever. We have triple chorus mana and nothing else, and you know what? Will be a mystery to our opponent, because he won't know what he's playing against for like 3 turns or something. But then we use Demolition Field. Alright, extremely aggressive play here. Let's go with Fountainport, and our opponent is like, what are you even playing, bro? So we'll use Demolition Field to get Forest, then we play Swamp, and on 4 mana we'll have all the colors. Alright, this is definitely something I want to remove, and our opponent is not aware that we actually have black mana and removal. I'm not reading it, all I know is if that's a rare creature, I need to kill it because I lose the game, alright? You can read it, here we go. So, Screaming Nemesis, of course. Something that might die to Necropsy, but later. Alright, man, what an awkward, we actually never drew a natural land. So what we will do, I mean, we have to set up this turn, right? Man, this is so weird. This is the weirdest game ever. Sponsored by Shuffler. Alright, another. So we, man, if we had green, would already be sweeping on the next turn. However, there is a chance we need to destroy Nemesis without dealing damage to it, so we don't even want to block, even if we could. I mean, we can, but that's a bad idea. Alright, here we go. Here we go. This is the end step mana, right? So let's get rid of this guy. I guess desert could be a target. Should I read it? I don't see desert words, so I'm not reading it. At some point I might read it, but I try to do it as late as possible. I try to, you know, embrace this mono-red gameplay pattern in a control deck. So let's go for the forest. We definitely need some. But that's crazy, we actually never hit stuff. 0 convert mana cost, so we need to stack Graveyard a little bit, and we are decent at Magic, but not yet great at it. So we are trying to recover. However, our opponent will get this 1 free huge turn. I guess we have double black, so okay, so we don't need to fake priority, because it's kinda important that they expect removal on the next turn, because I need to keep them at bay, so they don't go all in on the pump. Let's see how bad it gets. Oh no, they're already going for the kill. This is already 5 damage on board, so they just need to deal 7, which should be super easy for this kind of deck. Alright, I think I will cast Robbery for 1, simply to get it in the graveyard. Maybe? I'm not sure. Forge is something we can answer, but I'm not sure if with this kind of bad draw we have time to do it. So this is 6 damage. I mean, theoretically, like, we are starting to live game a little bit. I honestly think this is Robbery turn. Also, we live game, and that has to be enough. Target opponent, you are the target opponent. We don't pain ourselves, so we actually live game. This is important. We have to Deadly Cover-Up on this turn. Sure. I mean, you definitely need to do it in response, otherwise it won't work at all. Oh man, oh, I wish I had those cards before. So we can go Deadly Cover-Up into Shock. That's not the worst. This also fuels. Oh no, oh, we need black mana here. Man, we still have some mana issues. We have only 2 in the graveyard. Man, what a rough draw. And we won't have the red. Oh, we can use Chorus for shock. Alright, that's perfect. I kinda forgot about the fact. Man, I have so many colors of mana that I forgot this card is premium. It does it for me. Alright, so our opponent knows that we have instant for 1 green mana. It's not super obvious, but we'll see. Alright, this is another thing we need to get rid of. But you know what? There is a chance. So this shot basically gives us 3 life. And I think it's so worth it. It's actually... No, it's more, right? Prevents 2 and... Okay, 3 life, 3 life. Alright, now, really, now. So we have 7 mana. That means we can destroy everything and start like... Man, if I win with all of this is crazy. Like, this should not work. So let's go double colorless for starters. That means artifact, creature, no enchantments because they don't play those. Alright. And we need to get 6 mana out. See, this robber enabled display. We live gain 2. We never got hit by Nemesis, so we actually can live gain. And from next turns we actually can win. I hope he doesn't have also a follow-up because he had so much better opening than us. We need him to whiff for a second here. Duelist, alright, into the creature part. I could go for the robber. Even 1 card can make a difference, but we do not live gain, so I don't think it's super worth it. We are at 3. Very scary. Very scary. We have 3 mana open. So I think what we have to do... Oh, the problem is that this token is super good. I would love to double life gain, if I could. So I can spend 4 mana and then go robber for 1. Oh, we are short on mana for the things we want to do. That's not great. We can destroy the Fountainport. This will be a pain later, so you know what? Let's do it now. Let's do it now. Manual tap. Let's go for the Pain Land and random land. Alright. Man, this is so rough. Let's go for black mana, so we don't need to pain ourselves for our robbery. It leaves Cornucopia open. Should be good enough. Still have 5 mana. We didn't cast anything. And I think we have to roll with this. Our opponent, if he doesn't top deck something right now, I think we can win this game even after this horrible opening. I just need him to do not much for a single turn. Alright, if that's the top card, I'll take it. We can buffer it. We just go to 1. You know? And thanks to using the Fountainport, they didn't do anything. Alright, this is the turn to go 3 cards. That's huge. If they burn in response, there's nothing we can do. So we need to take the risk. Alright, we are getting some... Alright, those are the cards. So how do we do it? Twice the damage. Alright. So we will definitely do this. We go twice, right? So we only need X1. We need to be mana efficient. Good tap. We live gain. We want to keep live gaining every turn. Alright, alright. And let's play the mountain, shall we? Alright, if we go 4 mana, we have 2 open. I probably want the Nemesis. And do I have instants? Not really. I think this is the turn to set up the journey. They showed that they don't have anything. So let's go. Oh, we also get the Blazon, which is nice. Definitely Cottage. Man, look at all those lands serve. Oh my god, it feels like being in a shop with candy, you know? Just all the cool stuff for us. Right, this is the last turn they can do something. After this, we win the game. This is the last turn. Alright, what is the card? I guess we go for green now. I think this is Citadel, yep. Alright, that's the only land that needs a choice. Artist Talent, very strong card. Very strong card. Alright. That means we might be playing a bit more, because they can actually try to burn us with this card. We will crack the clue, because this is Chorus, so it's better to save this for the live game for future. Cottage, alright. Now only lands. I see how it is. The classic. Alright, let's go Up the Beanstalk, live game, and see a card, and then we'll decide what we do. Robbery. With Robbery we can absolutely go a little bit crazy. So we open all mana, we life gain for the turn. That means we pass the turn and we try to get them with their own deck. They can do stuff on this turn. Level 3, alright? Extra damage. I guess the best play is to play this at the upkeep so they don't have time to cycle. Right, so they want to cycle card. Honestly, I think this is the moment. We know exactly what will happen. So 3, 5, 6 cards. This way they cannot combo to kill us in between the spells. And we also gain a card from our deck. So this is nice. We life gain, we get our card advantage and their card advantage. Okay, those are amazing cards. We will have lifelink on Helix. Okay, after this turn we win. After this turn we actually win. They only have one spell. Even if they can choose the perfect card, it still is a random card. So, what we go... I will actually play with the Mountain. Show him that we have his stuff. Alright. I don't care about the damage. We are not an aggro deck, so all we care about is having lifelink. Sure, I will go with double this. We decline because we have Helix, which life gains more. And that means we can do this. Man, look at this, and we recovered on this draw from like for basically 1 life. We're at 14 already. And yep, our opponent absolutely shattered. And we also won with his own cards, which is extra spice. Our opponent is better at magic, so he will start first. We have 2 removal spells. Is that enough to survive to turn 4? We will see. If we're against any kind of non-aggro deck, with Journey we should absolutely outvalue them super hard. But we'll see, we'll see. They might have some get lost, you know. Esper! Whoa! Definitely did not expect Esper. We'll probably do some, you know, basic check on them. We can probably well, we cannot deny, because they have black on both lands. So I guess it won't work. We probably go for the river. Oh no, that's so bad for us. But okay, we have some buffer. First cards do not hurt. And we have cottage, so if we... Okay, this is something, right? This is actually something. Let's go Cornucopia. We actually can go for the journey. I want to play Journey into Journey, and I think this will be enough to win the game on its own. I'm not sure, but that's the plan where I'm going. Of course, we would love to hit, you know, Tear Asunder or Necropsy and just get rid of Liliana, but I'm not sure if we are good enough. And this is not a pain. We will never cast Virtual Persistence in this game against Liliana, so at least this does the removing part a little bit better. We have to go with Journey. I think they're waiting with removal right now, so we'll try to, you know, be sneaky about it. So let's go with the Journey. We live gain, of course. I really hope they don't play counter spells. They shouldn't. Yeah. I don't think this kind of build should run too many counter spells. Alright. Blast Zone, Fountainport, and definitely Cottage and definitely Citadel, because we'll be using those lands to full extent. I mean, there is an argument for Blast Zone, right? I don't think we need basics. We should have enough. Now we go with the Mortuary, because we cannot use this 1 extra mana anyway. And we probably get rid of... Duress is such a nice card. But is this good right now? Alright, I'll be greedy because I really want to take over control, and if we can get hit removal that they have prepared for Cottage, you know, it's okay, it's okay, it's okay. So now we will Duress into the Journey, and we will force them. So we will see. If they tap, we might play differently, because if they tap, we can go for the Throat. Do I get... I think I discard Forests. I think go for the Throat might be just a little bit better. We have enough mana to activate the Cottage. Alright. And I just got surprised. Wow, I got Duress, such a good draw. Just being me. Alright, let's start with Duress. They didn't discard anything, so they really like their cards. And we'll really make sure they don't. I think they will have 3 bombs, to be absolutely honest. Sure. We live gain. Why not? Why not? Might be useful at some point, but probably not. By the way, we can just draw Robbery and steal, you know, 5-6 cards, so that should be good enough. Oh, this would be brutal. So they really want to get this last removal. So their idea is to play this at the end step and follow up with this. That will be rough. We can hit Liliana, but it will be very slow. Oh boy, I think we actually have to go like this, because we protect Go for the Throat with a forest. It's not amazing. They will draw card, potentially more than one, but I need to take this risk because I need to set up the thing. Alright, Fountainport, Cottage, Surveillant. Unfortunately, Blazon is not here. Let's go Forest and Swamp. Alright. It will be slower than I would love it to be. But, you know, it is what it is. At least we have stuff right now. We got the Cottage. Not super useful right now, but at some point it will. So they will play this. They only have 1 blue mana. Alright, this is bad draw for them. Not only it doesn't fuel stuff, but it also means that if they draw something that is blue, and they have a lot of it, probably most of enchantments are blue or white, right? They can actually whiff super hard. Oh, they drew it! So good at Magic! Oh man. This completely changed the game. If they didn't draw something that is enchantment on top of being castable on the same turn and below 3 mana, so 1 or 2, that would be completely different game. I still need to do this, but now they can very easily discard this. They actually don't want this. This is too slow. So they got a free removal on the main answer we prepared for their whole game plan. So, I mean, as good as it gets, you know? As good as it gets. At this point we have to attack. There's not much we can do. I'm not super happy about it, not gonna lie. Let's tap the Cornucopia. I don't really care about this figure right now because it doesn't hit what they have. Duress is definitely not the card. Alright, not amazing, not amazing. What can I say? I think with this top deck from our opponent we lost. He's just too good at Magic, you know. If he drew a land, I think we would win most likely. Because we can actually tank Liliana ultimate. They need to split Journey and lands. So unless they... and most players do not go decisive split. So most of the time you get Journey and like 1 or 2 lands and that's enough to recover. However, with this, maybe if they don't follow up, maybe there's something we can do. I think we actually passed the turn fully. Because if they want to discard, they will hit Disfigure. We are getting extra mana every turn. And I think we are... I cannot believe, but I think we actually will win. I think he should block with Fear of Isolation, because I actually didn't pay attention. I was so sure that this will be a block that I just went on rant. And I didn't even pay attention that she actually lost all the loyalty. I don't think this is a good decision, to be absolutely honest. We need to get rid of the tracker. This is the only value part of their whole board. If they don't have this, they cannot recover from you know, being at such card disadvantage. So my idea is that I will... They're not attacking because of the cottages. That also means they don't have removal. So now we can punish them super hard with 5 extra mana, and we have this extra mana thanks to the Journey. And that should be the game, because we killed Tracker, we probably killed the Fear of Isolation as well. We even might kill Liliana on the same turn. Alright, I mean, at least we got a discard, so, you know, I'll take it. We probably don't need so much mana. This is an enchantment, so, you know what? Let's go super hard here. I want to attack Liliana, right? They don't have removal. However, we might go for Bandit Talent first. Alright, so before we transform, we go Scavenger, Talent. Sure, we live game, why not? I'm not casting Cornucopia because I actually would need to count the whole turn and it would take a little bit too long. So I want to go a little bit faster about it. But that would be the perfect play. Now we go with this. And I think we still have for the cottage. Yep, perfect. So now this is enchantment. It triggers his synergies, so we'll have, you know, 3/3. Yeah, we'll put both counters on one creature. First, we force them to discard. Still we have to pay, you know, choose targets. So let's see, if they have removal, and I don't think they should, because they were scared to attack with tracker, so I don't see any reason to be scared if you have removal in the hand, unless it's something that doesn't hit cottage. I'm not sure, man, this is such a weird play. So what is the target? Is that really the play? Like, it doesn't do much. Like, we're already having all the card advantage from Journey, so they're fighting for the late game, but they already lost it. Right. Alright. And now we can attack Liliana to get rid of another issue. And let's go for the big one. I'm not going for Demolition Field, but I don't think we need to right now. We're super constrained on mana, as you can see. And they won't block, because their hope is that they will get a top deck, they will sacrifice the Nightmare, try to set up enchantment, and hope that they will, you know, make the whole chain out of this. And that's probably a good plan, to be absolutely honest. I think it might work for them. However, if they don't hit enchantment that keeps them going, I think in one turn we should take over the game completely. Most likely. It also depends a little bit on the draws, right? Because if we hit land, we don't have too much to do, so we need to fight with our lands. Alright, and let's sit. I could also make a different play, but that would leave Liliana on the board. I could keep Demolition Field, and after they do this... Alright, that means double enchantment. Oh, that's bad. That's bad. Double enchantment means they probably will draw like 1, 2, potentially 3 extra cards. Or something like this. So, if they kept 2 on top, that means it has to be enchantment, right? Otherwise they made a blunder. Yep. Wow, this is the best one as well. Alright, good for them, good for them. Honestly, the best draw of the deck, probably. Even Tracker wouldn't be as good, because it's not an enchantment, so they would need to draw another enchantment. So, I would assume this also has to be enchantment, because they left it on top. But, we'll see, we'll see. We take the damage, of course. You have still one more land with the Journey. Man, I just want to draw Deadly Cover-Up and win the game. Like, one Deadly Cover-Up completely wins this. I guess they will... Alright. Man, they had... Oh my god, they hit enchantment that brings back enchantment into the hand. I mean, they got three or 4 extra cards with those 2 top decks. And the best part, they scryed 2, but they actually had it on top. They didn't even change anything. That was the draw they naturally got. So right now I need to be equally good and just draw Deadly Cover-Up from the top and win the game. Especially that we get rid of all the trackers. And I mean, we are good at Magic, what can I say? Man, the amount of difference this draw made is just insane. And you know what? Even the tap is correct. And this is absolutely insane. So we will 100%, you know, we have Necropsy, so let's actually pay exactly the amount we need. That means we are removing Tracker from their deck. That means their deck stops working. They only have the Scavenger and that's it. This is the Tracker. This is the only card that keeps the whole deck going. Otherwise they don't have too much value. Sure, they can bounce some enchantment spells, so this is not nothing, but it's like, you know, from the power scale 10, they go like to 4 or something. It's very, very weak. Alright, so we can start doing cards with Fountainport. We definitely play this. I mean, we definitely disfigured this. How do we want to do it? They don't run protection spells so far. And that means they probably... I think we might try to catch them off guard. They will play something to pump it, and then we strike. And then we draw with Fountainport. Yeah, I think we won the game. This one, I told you, if we draw this, we instantly win the game. And they have nothing. It's kind of hilarious, because every game, Deadly Cover-Up is usually the winning card. So this is their new draw, huh? I kind of want Cornucopia. I think this is the moment. If they go with the Fortress, I'm fine with it. Oh, they cannot. They cannot. And let's Fountainport. Because that gives us a little bit better selection. I'm using map tokens because food tokens are more useful for us. Because we care about not dying to damage. Up the Beanstalk. I think we keep Up the Beanstalk, get rid of Cornucopia. I think we should be able to live gain enough. Now they can play Pixie and replay the talent to get rid of all the cards. Alright, let's see how it goes. They are putting a good fight. And they will replay it, right? And this is the moment when we need to decide, do we go for Up the Beanstalk on the next turn to get more value? Or we get rid of the Scavenger? We get rid of the Scavenger. We're also live gain, which is nice. But it's mostly about getting rid... We just cut their stats in more than 50%. And I think it's worth one card. Because we have Fountainport, which means we are winning on the top deck wars, and our cards are also better. Do we want to be aggressive and try to kill them? 4, 4. I can do a lot of them. I think we go for this cottage, and we tap this mana. Because this one is a huge one, so it deals basically the whole damage while not taxing us too much. We can also use the map tokens, which is nice. Go for I'll take it. They need to kill us somehow, right? And we will pump it even more. Let's get this mana. We need to be very careful with the taps, because we have very specific answers. We have Demolition Field, we have Fountainport. And that is a 7 damage, while also life gaining us, if we want to. So it's very easy to raise this way. What is I don't think it matters, honestly. Let's go Shelter by Ghost because it's a good card. And they won't be able to kill this with the removal. So they will get some downside for playing this. Alright, alright. I like this play. I think our situation is good. The Bandit talent is something you need to be careful, because at some point they might draw 2 cards a turn, which will draw them another talent, and they just can, you know, stack it. But I don't think they will ever get to this point. Even if they want to level up, this is their full turn, which means we'll draw a card with Fountainport and keep drawing more cards, so it never makes a difference. So whatever they will do, I don't think it will make any difference at this point. Man, we actually will win this. That's crazy. Oh man, I told you, one deadly cover-up can make miracles, absolute miracles. So they are going for this play, but it won't work at all. It's probably their only strategy at this point, but it just won't work. And we can make all the tokens. So the cool part for them is that they can try to pressure us on the life total, and we are sacrificing food tokens. I guess I should probably just kill it, right? Sorry, I just forgot that I can use my cards, because I'm drawing extra cards, so that means that the Bandit talent won't draw anything. I just cannot play this. Let's go for the big guy. Yep, so this will be lethal on the next turn, so that's why we don't need to do anything on this turn. Let's go get whatever. Probably get lost. I don't think they have any recurring from the graveyard, but if they have, like, why wouldn't we make a right decision? Alright, and I think that's it, because on the next turn, whatever they will do, they will die. They can try to, you know, depump our cottage, so it deals 4 damage instead of 7, but that's just, you know, waiting for the inevitable. Man, I cannot be... What a game! Like, honestly. And you can see, without Tracker, this deck doesn't track. Alright, like, this is the only card that makes the whole archetype viable, because if you have this and you untap, you get so much value, it's insane. Okay, I'm missing something. Oh my god, they did this for 1 extra stats. That's bad, man. That's really bad. Alright, alright. And they will have to block with this on top of everything else. Like, this is a forced block. They only have 1 card, so we have nearly full control over the game. We just don't know about this 1 single card. So, do I want card or a creature? I actually want card. Yeah, this is a good game. I don't think there's any way to go around stuff. Liliana, also perfect. Also perfect. Let's get rid of this at the end step. That will force them to have an instant removal in hand. And even if they remove this, we just, you know, do it all over again with the other cottage. That's why you have all those extra lands with the journey, and this is your win con basically. And I will sacrifice 1 foot. just to keep us, you know, outside of any kind of lethal range. They need to have one removal, and I mean they can double go for it. We will attack with both cottages, because they can probably remove only one of them. They also don't have enough mana for the fortress. Alright, here's something we knew about, so it can depump the big one, but it means they cannot, yeah, okay. So they actually knew that there's nothing they can do. Let's submit 0, because the game is over, and we go to the damage. Alright, I appreciate it, my friend. Alright, that man, I cannot be, but to be absolutely fair, this game was fully you know, decided by this one deadly cover-up that we drew in the card, in the turn when I said that it will win the game, and it did. Now we actually have all the cores for mana, so we'll take it, let's go with a swamp, in case we hit forest, so we never need to pain ourselves. We have plenty of removal, we have nice cornucopia, artifact. Oh, that's sad, but you know what, with this hand I actually can live without cornucopia. I should probably play Waste just because they have seen it, but I pre-made this play, so I was not flexible enough in this half a second I used to do it. Alright, so we have to try. Let's see if there's Edict. That means they don't have Edict. They would have priority even if there's nothing on board. Alright, let's roll with it. I don't think we'll get to Virtue level, but one go for the throat should be enough. So we are doing it even though it hurts us more right now, because we need to use Liliana basically to win this game. Unholy Annex, alright. They want to get all the spells. All this. Oh, I'll be honest, this is probably the perfect draw. The absolute perfect draw. That also means we will be able to cast Virtue of Persistence. Alright. Blast Zone. Fountainport Cottage. Those are the easy ones. Sunken Citadel. And I honestly think... Oh, we have Fountainport. Demolition Field can be really nice. Let's take it. Alright, this is a good start. So I really want removal anyway, because Virtue won't hit the demon, so it hurts a little bit, but we'll play full top deck and we'll try to ultimate at some point. They need to find a removal against Liliana, and probably they need to do it on this turn, because on the next turn we have the cottage potentially in Fountainport, so we can protect her. We will probably have to discard our go for the throat if we want to go for the ultimate. And how do we split? I'm not sure yet. Probably something with Annex and one land on one pile and all the other lands on the second pile, but we'll see what the situation will be. Alright. I think this will be Liliana Annex against lands. Alright, so we are both doing the thing. So right now our opponent... Oh my god, I'm so good at Magic. Oh my, I'll be honest, this is absolutely brutal. We just drew the card that literally answers everything he made the whole game. And we submit 7, because Virtue of Persistence, coincidentally, has high converted mana cost. And now we do this, and our opponent just lost everything they tried to build for the whole game. Alright, and this is their last card, basically. So now the question. Do we want to discard the last card, which is probably the best one, and we still have Liliana, or we just go Arcfiend and give them one extra turn? I think the answer is this. I don't want to lose Liliana, she's one of the best assets I have right now. This is the card advantage I'm getting. So right now I traded 1/3 of this card for a full card for my opponent. So at this ratio, she can trade 3 for 1, that's why she's so strong. And do we want to go with Fountainport? Yes, absolutely. Our opponent probably has some forest. Is that Obliterator deck? No, it shouldn't be. Edict? They actually drew it. Well, this was the last moment to do it, but it's fine, it's fine. We'll win with different shenanigans. Because right now, we have card advantage from Journey, and we can start making fish every turn. So we can start pressuring them with this, and then we can... Oh my god, this is even better. Oh boy, they won't like it. After this turn, I wouldn't be surprised if they scoop. Like, that's why we play so many robberies, because during the... let's go black. During our early game or mid game, we want to hit at least one of it, because this... Alright! Listen, I know you really want to see this card. Oh, they didn't even stay for the fireworks. They could not handle it. And yeah, we could play this. There was no mono red, so yeah. We could play the robbery, and then all the cards would be outside of our hand, so Duress would fizzle. Alright, our opponent is going first, which is great for him, because with all the Up the Beanstalk, we have basically all the value in the world, as long as we can play it. Let's start with a good old Duress to the face. And let's get rid of all the counter spells that we'll see. Alright, they will get rid of one of our cards, probably Liliana, but man, this is so fun. Like, we're just battering each other's faces and heads. But still, we have double Up the Beanstalk, so it will be very hard for them to get rid of our value. Also, the Blast Zone can be nice, because it could be a removal later. Yep, that's the correct choice. This is the only card that makes sense for them. Still, we can set it up. That means every robbery in the future, here you go, will do an extra card. So for now it's still not relevant at all, but it will be relevant at some point. Preacher is really bad for us. I think we might be forced into getting what? A moment, let's go Blast Zone into Cornucopia, right? That gives us the most mana. This will be harsh. We need to get into deadly cover-ups probably. Or we need to steal some of their removal and sweepers. Those tokens will be super, or those cards will be super annoying. I guess cards is something we can beat. It won't be easy, but oh, this is like a full tempo version. I thought it's a little bit higher on the value curve. So they're actually an aggro deck. Oh, this is definitely not the draw we wanted. Alright, 1, 2, and 3. 3 different mana costs, so Blast Zone definitely won't shine right now. We can draw a card with the Robbery. I don't really want to invest so much mana into killing Preacher. I think Robbery is better. I'm scared that they will do nothing. That means they can counter the spell we will cast at the end step. This is already 4 damage a turn. That scales quickly, so honestly we just need to draw Deadly Cover-Up and I think we'll win the game. Now our opponent, yeah. Alright, this will be very interesting. I'm not sure exactly what will happen. This hurts, man. They got also already 2 extra cards from this. We'll get 4 from the robber, so it's like half of our cards advantage we'll get after this, just because we didn't draw removal for this in time. Reef is a big problem as well. So that means we have to start this. We also draw a card even if it gets countered, and we also live game. So those are some good things. We didn't have time to set up the next Up the Beanstalk. So I expect this to be countered. Unfortunately, I really wanted to not be countered. But if they counter it, and if that's the last counter spell, this also means they cannot counter a sweeper. And we will have, theoretically, and practically, 5 to 6 mana on the next turn, so we can absolutely sweep. So we will see, we will see. Our opponent needs to make a call. Yep. Alright. Oh, we actually are going with this? They just scoop. Man, robbery just makes people scoop just by sheer principle. They just hate dying to this card. Alright, let's check out this hand. We're going first Liliana, Cornucopia, Sweet. I'll take it. I'll take it. It should be a decent hand. We have all the colors of the mana. Man, Waste is such a great thingy. Here we go. This is what you deserve, bro. Alright, so 0 damage to our face. That's how we like it. I'll be honest, this is probably the best top deck. I think with this draw we won, because that was the only weak part for now for us, and I don't think there's anything they can do. So I will still stack Cornucopia first, because I really want to start live gaining with every spell, and also the extra mana might unlock the Deadly Cover-Up faster. And I don't think they can recover from this. If they go for the Hexproof plan, so they can make 1-drop into Sheltered by Ghosts, and let's see if they will go for it. That means we get Liliana and... Alright, this is interesting. This is a good setup for them. This is the best combo. So, by the way, we have Blast Zone, so that means we can kill the hero. But I think this is honestly the best trade we'll get this game for Deadly Cover-Up. You want to get at least 2 or 3 for 1, and then trade 1 for 1 with the rest of your removal. This way, they never can, you know, get anything going in the game. And with Fountainport, we are guaranteed to outvalue them in the long term. I think we keep Blazon at 1. They have mice and the scavenger thing. Moment we start doing this, I think they will start scooping. I could just make treasures to avoid paying life, but I'm not super yeah, we should definitely go for this. But at the same time, look at the pressure of the Doomfish. Like, it sends the message. Like, they know what's up then. And see? They are scared. No, 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 no. No, no, no. This is my card. You are not getting any of it. Here we go. That's a nice fizzle. We did this because that means they don't have cards and they want to speed up their card draw because they know they are too slow. And if you deny this, they actually need to top deck 1 card a turn and they scoop. Because this deck doesn't work if you don't have 2 different types of cards, creatures and pump spells. If they only have 1, they do absolutely nothing. Alright guys, I hope you had fun. This is probably the most enjoyable type of deck for me. I just want to play my opponent's deck, you know? By the way, you can craft this type of deck and play different game every single game because you are playing different deck, and I think this is what makes Outrageous Robbery so fun and such an enjoyable win con. Not only it's powerful card that has multiple ways to close the game, either by milling or just stealing pure value as card advantage, so we take over the game, but also it provides you with games that couldn't be possible otherwise because you basically are combining 2 different decks. This deck is combined with something your opponent plays, and suddenly you have different deck here stolen with the robbery, and I think this is what makes it so enjoyable. Every game is something else, very unique and very often unforgettable. I will remember this stolen Helix with the duelist that life gained for 6 and we went up to 14 if I recall. This is something you remember for a long time, and yeah, this is why robbery decks are always so fun. So before we go into the deck, I want to say a huge thank you to our patrons allowing crazy content like this to be made every single day. Thanks to your support we can keep going, and really thank you guys for this, and I hope you're enjoying the channel and, you know, new bros. I'm doing my best to keep them entertaining, and this deck was a little bit of a treat for me. I was like, it will be so fun, like, let's just do it. And I have to say, not only we went with a very good win rate, but also it was super fun. And yeah, even, I mean, those losses we had, I think they were like really bad draws, honestly. However, I want to give you a reward for watching the outro, alright? We appreciate it, and you will get something nobody else got. The adjustment for this deck, because if you watch the games, you will realize that nearly every time I was like, I just need to draw Deadly Cover-Up and I'll win the game. And when I said it after a few games, I was like, man, this means something. I really think the deck would be better if we increased Deadly Cover-Ups to 3 or even 4, maybe even 4, because I honestly would win with this card every single game if I drew it. Like, this seems to be one of the best cards, and still, even if you hit a non-creature deck, the Evidence 6 thing will still hurt them most of the time. So most of the time you cannot go wrong with this card. What to cut, that's the problem. I think that maybe 1 Up the Beanstalk can go, and we would go, I would try to start with 3 Deadly Cover-Ups because I don't want to overdo it. We still want some, you know, card advantage, and 1 Up the Beanstalk is not good enough, so probably the next card to cut would be Tear Asunder. For some reason I think we never draw it. We never do it. I was so excited to finally play it. However, Necropsy is amazing in the right spot, and honestly this deck is so fun to play. Omenpath Journey is a card that once it gets going, it will give you games you like, they are so fun to play. When you have like twice your opponent's mana size, it's just so fun to use all the cottages, and you have seen those cottages, lands, freaking lands, won the game against Liliana and many other. This is the type of advantage you are getting, so that's why you don't need too much cardo. Your only cardo basically is this, a little bit of Up the Beanstalk, but it's not the main engine. We have only 6 cards that get hit by this, and Virtue of Persistence, of course, so it's not the biggest deal, it's just supporting, but the real value that we always have in every game are those extra lands that can produce, you know, tokens. They can draw cards, they can fuel extra mana, they can trade against your opponent, so we don't need to draw removal, or just Blazon. We didn't use it, but there will be situations when Blazon is just instant sweeper for 4 mana, and those will be the moments when you win the game, especially that you can tailor what you remove. So be careful of the mana cost if you have Blast Zone in your mind or in the battlefield, because you can just start removing, 2 or 3 converted mana cost creatures, and most aggro players won't notice the pattern that you are removing creatures by cost, which means that the Blast Zone is here, and you can play it and instantly tap it. So it could be an instance, basically an instant sorcery sweeper on your turn as a surprise for your opponent, so they cannot really react to it. So yeah, I think the deck is cool, it performed well, and it was fun. So what more to like? If you guys enjoyed the content, please consider joining the Patreon, it really does help. And yeah, just happy that you are here after all of those years, and I hope you are enjoying the channel as much as all those years back. So thank you guys, and see you tomorrow.